Hi guys, first of all, I swear I own more shirts than this, but this is definitely my favorite, and so if it's clean I wear it, and it's clean every couple days. So if you see me in this shirt a lot, I'm sorry, it's just my current favorite. Eventually I will I'll move on and have another favorite. So I just wanted to talk to you a little bit tonight about the curriculum that we are using for the second semester. Some of it we are still using from the first semester. Technically, we didn't get rid of anything, but we have done some major supplementing. So the first semester we used only Singapore U.S. edition and only The Good and the Beautiful course one. And it was definitely enough. It hit the bare minimum, and it got us into the routine of homeschooling. It let me see how much time that was taking my kid, and it helped me to see where we were needing more work at. Now, before I go any farther, I just want to say, my son is 7. He is autistic, he is gifted, and he is hyperlexic. For those of you who do not know what hyperlexia is, it is a precocious, early reading ability. They recognize numbers and letters very, very early, and they are often reading on their own without any real instruction at all before they're 3 or 4. This is totally my son. He's also very numerically inclined, and that means that he can read just about anything word-wise. But that does not mean that he understands what he reads. Often he can tell you the definition of each word, but the context of the whole sentence is sometimes lost on him. And so a lot of what we chose to do was to focus on that, and to focus on outside of the box thinking. He has a hard time with questions that don't have precise, exact answers. So he likes math, and he likes things that, this is the answer to this. But when it's, what do you think about that? What's your opinion on that? That's where he's really struggling. And so, thinking about that, that's how we ended up with what we ended up with this year, or this second semester. But first I want to talk to you a little bit about The Good and the Beautiful Language Arts Course 1. First of all, price. I don't think you're going to find a more comprehensive language arts curriculum for this price. Ever. And if someone can prove me wrong, feel free to do it. We are a secular family, and that is one issue I'm having with this. That's not to say that I don't want my children to know about Christianity or any other religion. I want them to be able to make their own decisions when they grow up. So for reading comprehension, I will go deeper into these individually in individual videos. But so here's the daily reading practice. Every week you get a little paragraph, and then every day you do something different with that same little bit of information. So I'm really excited about that. I feel like it's working pretty well with him. It does take him like 2 minutes. That I don't know if the speed is an issue, or if I should just be glad that it's only taking that long. But that's where I'm at with that. It's Read and Understand with Leveled Texts from Evan Moore. And so we use this every day. It isn't the one I thought it was going to be. I thought it was the one that was meant to be used every day. But this works. It gives you a story, and then that's all I'm sorry. So then you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages before the next story. So for me, that's 1 week. Okay, so now this one is Reading Informational Text. This is also by Evan Moore. I didn't actually realize that when I got it. I got it because it was, again, you read it once, you spend a few days on it. And the first one was baby blue whales. And so it gives you some vocabulary and some science information. You're learning about the blue whale. And so that's what we've done this whole week. He drew a picture of the blue whales and colored it in. And then next week we move on to big machines. And it'll be the same thing. So there's 2 that are science, and then if we flip back here, we actually have, I just happened to open 2, Rosa Parks rides the bus. And so again, we get our vocabulary over here, our story, and then you have read and understand. You have put them in the order that they happened. Read closely, I guess. Words I know. Look at the picture, write something about Rosa Parks, and then you get your what I learned page. And so that's reading informational texts. This is my favorite. This book is my favorite, and at least right now this works so well for my whole family. We will be on lesson 5 tomorrow, which makes sense because it's Friday. And I'm very happy with this book. I highly recommend this book, and I planned to keep doing this for as long as the book exists. I almost wonder if I couldn't redo the same book next year again, because I don't know what the age range is, but Jaden's technically in 1st grade right now. Analogies for Beginners is a cute little book with, literally you're just making the analogy between the 2 objects. This is like this is like, and it's just lots and lots of pages of that, and so we do 1 a week. And then we have our primary logic, which isn't quite, it isn't meant to be done the way I was planning on doing it. And so we're going to start doing it the way it's meant to be, which is like lesson 1, 2, and 3 was part of one group that was supposed to be done together. And then lesson 4 and 5. So I didn't realize that, and that's my fault for not opening it sooner until I opened it today. So instead of just doing 1 lesson like we had planned, we did 1 and 2. And then I will have him do 3 tomorrow. And then next week we will go ahead and do 4 and 5. And then whatever it says we're supposed to do for the week, we will do. If it says 1 lesson for the whole week, we do 1. If it says 3, we do 3. I didn't see anywhere where it said more than 3. But I do really like the way that this is laid out, and I feel like this is something I may keep going with as well. And it says grades 2 to 4 on there. This one surprised me. We did this for the first time today, and this was hard for him. His little brother was needing a lot of attention at the same time. And so I wasn't even able to hear the story. But it was the case of the missing girl. A math teacher lost this girl and is trying to find her. She didn't come back from lunch. And, of course, the dog sniffs the sweater and he finds her, and she's sleeping in the box on the field. He knew a lot of that. Who do you suppose was sleeping in the box? And he told me she had a name. Her name was Sue. How did Watson know where to look? He sniffed. How do dogs find some things? And he wrote nose. What can dogs do better than humans? Smell. So we're working on sentences today. Again, I wasn't right. I was right there. I wasn't right there. So I just wanted him to not be too frustrated with it. Who called Sam to help him? Mr. Larson. What class were the children in? Mr. Larson's math class. Have you ever... This is the one where he was like, I don't know. Have you ever had someone worry about you because they couldn't find you? What happened? And I now see that all he wrote was, yes, Mom couldn't. Have you ever fallen asleep when you were hiding somewhere? What happened? No. Some missing children stories are not solved as quickly as this one. List some rules children should follow to be safe. Grayson, his little brother, actually gave him that one, which was stay with the grown-up, stay with your mom and dad. And who solved the case? Watson, the dog. So I think that some of those questions, although I don't see any like that in the next one, there are inference ones, like, why do you think Watson was not allowed in the park? They don't tell you why. You have to figure it out from inferring. So that's all I have to share with you guys tonight. But thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Like a bird on